Hi friends, it's Stephanie with Stefsonabudget. This is kind of a different video that you're seeing today. I'm going to call it my Budget with Me Part 2. So we are going to look at my November 17th paycheck again. I think I did not do a good job of explaining how I want to budget our minimum paychecks and make that work and not, I think I said I'm not going to like budget the extra income. But in reality, I am. You're just not seeing it on like the pre-planned budget with me. So I thought I'd kind of explain that. I always do, the budget with me that you see is always kind of like pre-payday. I'm preparing for that money to come in and what we're going to do with it. I wanted you to see what it looks like when I come back in at, once payday comes. So everything in black is what we pre-planned together. And then I always come in with like a second color you can see so I can tell what was like pre-planned and then like what was actual budget, if that makes sense. And I've done that always. So it always looks like this. We just have never done the after payday part. So I thought it would be kind of cool and different to show you what that looks like. So I always come in and then in a separate color in the actual columns, put in the actual amounts. So I went with red this time and I put in the actual amount of my pay, one, and our pay two, and then I also did add in that travel pay. So it's not getting budgeted for, it's just not in the pre-planned so that I don't wrap that money up into other things that I want to do versus rather than what I should do or need to do. I hope that makes more sense. So you can see we had some extra income, including that travel pay that does get budgeted for after the fact. And then I come in red and put in the actual amounts because I'm always rounding up. I never deal with cents in my budget, you guys. That just makes me crazy. Now up here in the income, I will put the actual cents, but I don't carry that down at all. It's just too much. And honestly, the difference in the cents and everything adds up to maybe $5 or less, usually less, and I just leave that in the checking as a buffer. Or sometimes it gets eaten from a Starbucks. But you'll see we've got that income, and then I come in and I'm writing in the actual amount of the bill. So you can see I've already paid everything, even stuff that's due in December. I pay it on payday, get it out of that account, get my bills paid and done. And I write the actual amounts that I paid and then I highlight them off. And that tells me when I come back and look at my budget that I'm good, I'm done. Those are paid. And the only things that I have left are what are not highlighted, which in this case are all those automatic things that will just come out on their own on the actual dates. And then I will do the same for my variable expenses. So I left gas as money in the account, so it's accounted for. The rest of this you'll see in my cash stuffing video. And then when the 2 weeks is over, then I come in and write in the numbers of how much I actually used of that cash from the wallet. And then as far as like sinking funds and savings and debt, I do the same thing. I will put in the actual amounts. Most of the time this is spot on. Every now and again there might be a little variance, but that's pretty rare because this is all cash. So what I pull is what I pull. We just had some unique things, like I rolled in those wrestling shoes that were cash flowing, and then that pest control I rolled in. So those had a little bit of a varying amount because they came out of the account versus cash. And then you can see we had almost like $400 in extra income. So what the heck did we do with that, you guys? Well, we put an extra $200 to savings challenges. We're going to put an extra $200 to our personal loans. So these are both going to our like financial priorities, debt and some savings. And a lot of these challenges we put towards debt too. It's just another fun way to save towards debt. So, but also into sinking funds. So we're kind of splitting it evenly. And then also, we had this $9 that was kind of just left over and random that was going to go to the buffer, but now we're going to increase that to 101 because, like I said, I ate into quite a bit of that to help my kiddo out, and so I'm trying to get that replaced. And so why we have the extra income, I want to do that quickly so I can just move on and not have to worry about that. But that is I just wanted to clear it up. That's how I kind of handle once payday happens. So I always do a pre-planned budget, which is what I usually do with you guys. And then there's always some variances. And usually I just tell you, hey, we had some extra income, pay one or pay two came in a little bit higher. So we had a little extra to throw at these, and you'll see that in my stuffing videos. But I just wanted to explain so I was a little bit more clear that I'm not like not budgeting that money. I just don't want to put it in the pre-plan so that I wrap it up into something that I don't want to be wrapping it up into. I specifically want anything extra over our minimum cost of living expenses over here to be going to our financial priorities. So that was kind of my take. I think I just didn't do a good job explaining it, but I hope this kind of clears it up for you guys so you can see, you know, like I talked about that travel pay, I want it to go to debt. So it's going to debt. I didn't, you know, like tie it in and give myself extra grocery money or Costco money or, you know, extra spending money. It's more kind of living a little bit more bare bones here and having more funds to put where we want it. So yeah, that is a look at how I do the actual, like how I use the actual budget column. So yeah, that's how I do it, guys. I'm not sure what else really to say. I hope that makes sense and, you know, clears it up, but we are budgeting that money, just hopefully, more ideally where we want that money to go. So again, it's a work in progress. It's not a ton different, like I said, from what we were doing. It's you know, slightly different and just something I want to try. It may or may not work out, but that, you know, that's how we learn. That's how we find things that flow with our budgets better. And like I said, I kind of got this idea from Katie of the House, and that's why I truly love this YouTube budgeting community so much, because I learned so much from you guys, and I hope you are learning as well. But we don't know what we don't know, and until we try it, we don't know if it'll work. So I'm hoping this might be the key to a little bit more success in hitting some financial goals, especially going into 2024, you guys. But if you liked this part of the video, if you'd like to see kind of more of this aspect of the budgeting, or if just that original budget with me is good with you guys, let me know. I'm happy to add this kind of in from time to time if it's something you're interested in seeing. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Have a great weekend. Bye.